Yes, sir.
What's up?
Yes, sir. We back once again. Mo Sports TV. I don't even know what episode this is. We just continually to do this every single Monday.
Episode hella.
Like it's what episode?
Episode hella. That's all.
Episode hella. That's a fact. That's a fact. We just do this on a Monday religiously. I don't even keep count anymore. It's just literally what we do.
Church.
It's literally what we do. I'm with the gang. I'm with Matt Chi.
How we doing?
And I'm with Big Ed.
Yeah.
And this is Mo Sports TV. Shout out to Ja.
Piece of shit. Fuck you.
So Ja loves to not come on Mo Sports TV when the Celtics lose.
Yep.
I've noticed that every time the Celtics lose, Ja doesn't come through because he doesn't want to face the wrath of Mo Sports TV. So it's all right.
Own it, man. You gotta own it. It's the NBA Finals, and they
It's
had a
NBA
good
Finals.
season. There's just
Come on, Ja.
there's no reason. There's no reason.
Come on, Ja. You could do better, man.
No reason.
Do better, Ja. But wow, today was an eventful day for Mo Sports. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it the fuck up for Mo Sports. Woo! Yo, you see the Facebook comment? I'm dead. Yeah, GG's. But yo, shout out to Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq Diesel, the best center of all time, one of the best players of all time. Reposted not one of our videos.
Not two.
Not two.
Not three.
Oh, yeah, we on some brown
Not
shit.
four.
Not four. Not five. Not six. But 15 of them things. Clap it the fuck up. And it just shows, like, this hard work and dedication. That's what happens when you work hard. That's what happens when you make shit happen on a daily basis and passionate about your work and not scared of what nobody thinks about you while doing it. You know what I'm saying? And consistency and quality content will always get recognized eventually.
Absolutely.
Will always get recognized eventually, no matter how hard somebody's hating or how hard a group of people is hating. Real people that are real, that fuck with you,
They know.
they'll know. They'll know. And
I
that's
said to my family, I was like, yo, this is what's really crazy is like any NBA player like commenting or, reposting or even acknowledging like what you do is pretty dope. But like Shaq Diesel, like this is a top 10 all-time NBA player. Like this shit's like
it don't
beyond us.
get
crazy.
Literally, there's no bigger cosign than Shaq. Literally and figuratively. I don't know another athlete that's bigger than Shaq that would give us a cosign that I would be more excited about. Like shit made my day. Made me fucking cry a thug tear this morning, man. That shit was real as fuck. And we, like I said, we're only 20%. We're only showing y'all 20% of what's really going on with Mo Sports. There's so much shit we got going on, and I can't wait to show everybody. But tonight, we're going to talk about the NBA Finals recap, and we're going to talk about the NBA draft preview. So let's get right into it, man.
And Kyrie Irving, because he's a fucking piece of
And
shit.
we're going to talk about some NBA drama as well. There's a lot of rumors swirling around the NBA world. There's a lot of rumors going around, man. So we're going to see what's going on. We're going to talk about that too. My fault, I had a game. I wish I had a boo button. Fuck out of here. I'll give you claps. No, you know what? You a sick Negro.
This is a sick Negro.
That's what you are. Basketball. Real basketball.
Talking about practice.
Talk about practice, nigga. I appreciate. Hey, Leonard, what's good? Yo, shout out to Leonard Hopes, aka Skip, aka our social media manager. If it wasn't for Skip, if it wasn't for Leonard, Shaq wouldn't have reposted those 15 posts. Because guess who posted all 15 of those fucking posts? Leonard, I love you, dog.
Like 15, like yo, I did
15.
I checked like the hours and shit too, and like
15.
Shaq was dead ass up late, just like scrolling our feed.
He
Just
was
some
on the
casual shit.
He was on the
He was
shit,
just vibing.
and he loved all of our shit. He loved everything.
Imagine a Shaq giggle while like looking at like our posts and shit.
Sheesh.
That's crazy.
Soft. But all right, let's get into the NBA Finals recap. What happened since we last talked, we were going into Game 5. When we last talked, it was just after Game 4 ended. It was 2-2 when we last talked.
Yeah, it was hot.
And guess what? Mostradamus calls it again. Warriors in 6. The big Mostradamus. That's what I do, dog. I call shit. I'm too ahead of niggas' time. But
Can we get some? We'll talk about it later.
let's talk about what happened. What happened to the
I
Celtics?
mean, they had 18 turnovers in the first 3.5 quarters of that last game. I mean, it was gross.
There was a lot of
Gross,
turnovers for
truthfully.
sure.
So we're not going to address the elephant in the room about why they really lost. Tatum.
I mean, he was bad. He was very bad.
Yeah, I mean, Tatum did not step up to the plate.
Let's revisit that top
And
3
like-
comments.
And yeah,
Yeah, no, that
I
was
mean-
reckless. That was a little reckless.
I mean,
But
it's
basically-
not. It's not though. It's
It
really
is.
not
It
because
really
I said
is.
he was growing to be a top 3. I didn't say he was top 3. I
So you
said
were
he
taking
can be top
you
3
said
in
you
the
was-
future.
so
I
are
said
you
he.
still taking Tatum over KD.
I mean, what happened in the Celtics versus Nets?
Bro, stop.
Strap the fuck out. Like, let's not discredit Tatum here. Like, Tatum had a hell of a playoff run up until Game 4 of the
He
fucking
did.
finals. Let's not sit up here and act like Tatum wasn't
I'm still
going
not
fucking
taking-
crazy.
Still not
Like,
taking Tatum over KD.
I just think I feel like Tatum is just Paul George that got to the finals.
I
Don't disrespect Paul George because Paul George healthy is way better than Tatum. By far.
What?
Y'all gotta stop.
This is a sick
Ah.
Negro.
I'm talking to Corey. You gotta stop, bro.
Don't do that.
Paul George.
Don't do it.
Paul George.
Healthy Paul George is better than Jason Tatum.
Yes. Yes.
Get the fuck out of
I don't
here,
know,
Ed.
bro.
Honestly, no.
I don't
No.
think
I'm not
so.
I'm not agreeing with you. No. Ain't no fucking
Yeah,
way,
I
I
boy.
don't think so.
You're-
Ain't no
I'm like,
fucking way,
you
boy.
bias.
You stick
It's recent.
Tatum on that OKC team.
You're fucking
like,
wildin',
shit
boy.
gets- They're kind of
What?
nasty.
What up, I main?
They're kind of nasty. Put Tatum on
So
that
Paul,
OKC team.
I don't think Paul George is better than Tatum. That's what y'all saying.
Absolutely not.
So like,
Absolutely not.
Where are you ranking?
Right
healthy
now,
Paul
absolutely
George
not.
next season?
Absolutely not.
So healthy
Because
Paul
you be
George is-
talking crazy about Paul George. I've tried to say that Paul George is a top 10 player in the league. I've tried to say that
I
before.
never said he wasn't a top 10 player in the league. I never disagree with you. That was Nick.
So you think Paul George is a top 10 player going into next season?
No,
Healthy?
No.
not next year.
We were saying
We're
this
talking about
like
like
bubble.
2
We were
years
talking
ago.
about this in the bubble when we
Yeah,
actually
2 years
thought,
ago?
2 years ago when we thought
Plus,
Kawhi
he actually
and,
showed
and
out in the finals. What was that? Last
I mean,
year?
even last year he played very
Yeah, he
well
played
going
crazy in
into
the
he
finals.
played, but he's a folder in the playoffs nonetheless. Like, and
He
Jason
was.
Tatum isn't a folder. Like, he made it to his 2 big playoff. He went to the Eastern Conference Final as a rookie against LeBron, and now at 24 makes it to the NBA Finals. Like,
They just need he needs.
and he's going against one of the best players of all time, is
Yeah,
Steph Curry. So it's like when he loses, it's to a top 10 player of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not discredit Tatum here. You know what I'm saying?
We're not going to discredit Paul George either.
Paul George.
I'm not going to discredit Paul George, but he's not better than Tatum.
He is better than Tatum.
He is not.
A healthy Paul George.
It's not.
is
I don't
better
know.
than Tatum.
The problem with
He's a
Tatum right
better
now is that
two-way.
he doesn't have a point guard at all. Like, he needs a point guard, and Paul George had Westbrook, and he failed with that. So like, let me see Tatum with a point guard because I think
Paul
What?
George
Tatum-
failed that. What was he?
they win a
He
championship.
was, but what was he? What, did Tatum win a fucking championship? Don't say
He
that.
was in the finals. He's made it farther than Paul George. You tried pulling that out with Luka
That's
and
your
Trey.
favorite shit.
Yeah,
That's
that
your
was
favorite
Luka and
line.
Trey.
Oh,
We're crazy.
Trey Young went farther than Lucas, and Trey Young's better. Now it's Paul
Boston-
George is better than Tatum, even though Tatum has gone farther. So stop contradicting yourself.
Not contradicting myself. Y'all
Stop
just,
it.
Y'all just living in the moment right now.
I ain't living.
Boston
in-
starting
What?
5 turnover wise. Jaylen Brown had 5, Tatum had 5, Horford had 3, Smart had 3, and Rob Williams had 2. Like, that just can't
So
happen.
are we really just avoiding the fact that he played like shit in the finals?
Tatum played bad.
He played bad.
He played a bad
shot
last 3
terrible.
games. Last 3 games, he played terrible.
He plays like ass at home, which just doesn't make sense.
Sometimes he falls back too much. I feel like to Brown. You know, he has to be and I said before the series started, like the key for Boston is Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown being able to put up crazy numbers on a night in, night out basis in that 7-game series, and they didn't do it.
He had 7 assists, but that was
They didn't do it.
He likes to play make when he's at home, but that's really it.
I don't know. But let's not discredit how good the Warriors actually played in this series. After game 3, it was lock city.
A lot of dick suckers. Well, there was a lot of dick suckers in the group. I can't comment. I can't comment in the group right now for another like 12 days or some shit. But
there was a lot of
dick
Celtics
suckers.
fans acting up. I will say that.
No, I'm calling them dick suckers. They would be disrespecting Draymond Green. Like, I didn't understand. What you want to say about Draymond Green?
This is a sick Negro.
Nah, Draymond gets
I
props.
fuck with Draymond. I'm laughing that you
He-
call
I'm
people
looking-
dick suckers right
I'm looking
now.
at Draymond, and he put up fucking 12, 12, and 8. So, like,
Almost a triple double.
nah, that's what I'm saying. That's what he does, though. Like, back, like, I think it was 2017. You look at a game, like, around Christmas. I think me and Andy were talking about it. And he put up, like, 35 and 12 with, like, 5 assists. Like, that was a game for Draymond that you could see, like, maybe once, twice a week. But we're not accustomed to that anymore.
He doesn't do that no more. He just
Nah, but
facilitates and-
Like, 12, 12, and 8.
and
And he ended up
defense.
being a plus 16. Like,
And
nah,
he
Draymond
and
serves
he
his
strapped a
props.
big 3.
Wiggins strapped Tatum. Wiggins strapped Tatum crazy.
Draymond and Wiggins did.
Wiggins 4 for 9 from 3 too.
Excellent defense and even better offense by Golden State. I mean, Steph was going crazy. Clay stepped up. Wiggins was just
Smart was nowhere.
went
to be
up
found.
a whole nother level of gameplay this playoffs. Shout out to Andrew Wiggins, man. Because I'm an Andrew Wiggins hater. Like, I've been an Andrew Wiggins hater his whole professional career. I've been a Wiggins hater. I just always thought he was overrated, especially coming out of college.
I don't think he was overrated. I think people just put that standard on him.
Exactly. They shouldn't put that standard on him.
They was
And that was
comparing him
pissing
to
me
LeBron
off.
at one point.
Yeah, he was supposed to be.
When he was coming out of Kansas, they were dick eating for real,
Yeah.
like crazy
Supposed to
dicky.
be-
I was like, I don't see what everybody else is seeing here. And then, sure enough, he
definitely
folded.
was.
He folded in Minnesota.
No, he was a bucket in Minnesota. He averaged like 20 something.
Kind of 20 something.
This comes-
it
Like
wasn't.
20
It,
something.
it wasn't impressive.
This
20
comes
something.
down to Bob Myers fucking flipping D'Angelo Russell for Wiggins.
Whew.
That move was just
Nobody
chess.
knew Wiggins was going to do that.
Whew.
I mean, it.
Golden.
But, like,
they
it worked
they
out.
kind of
I don't
knew,
know,
low
like,
key.
Yeah, they
They needed
bet
a
on it.
three. They needed a defensive three.
And
They
they
need
signed
somebody
Wi-
a
they signed,
slasher. They
they
needed
signed-
a slasher.
D'Lo, knowing that like Steph was going to come back and like Clay was injured at the time, so they knew that they were going to flip him. They figured we'll go take a gamble on a young guy who hasn't really had a big spot like that. And you know the Warriors elevate their players like that, so Andrew
They
Wiggins
needed a
gave
wing,
him a role,
and they had too many guards.
And they saw the defensive potential in his wingspan,
Yeah,
so
I
they
think,
just
but-
they gave him that.
I think Pool's out of there, though.
Yeah, this is a good question by Raheem. Are they keeping Poole or Wiggins? They both. I think they all want max contracts. I think
Wiggins.
Poole wants a max
If-
contract, which is fucking crazy, by the
if-
way. Like, that's not fucking happening.
If
Nobody's
I'm the
giving you a
Warriors-
max,
if
bro.
I'm
Like,
the Warriors, I'm keeping Wiggins.
I would keep Wiggins. I would let Poole go. I would even have to let Gary Payton go too. If I'm pretty sure Gary Payton's a free agent
He
too.
is, and I saw something that said he wanted 20.
He wants big bread too. For what? For what?
Dad's
Like,
name.
sure, but like, nah,
It's
like,
like-
you ain't there yet, bro. Like, you're bugging. Like,
I
and-
guess they want to get their money now.
and Colin's correct. Yeah, Wiggins is way more valuable to
Oh,
Golden
definitely,
State
'cause
than Jordan
They
Poole,
can
in my
score
opinion.
whenever. They
'Cause
can score whenever. It's just
They
the
could
defense
develop
side.
Wiggins into a better shooter. He shot pretty good.
He
for
shot
Wiggins.
very
Yeah.
well. He shot very well.
Came into the
He's
league
very
as a
serviceable.
scorer. Like that was his primary like purpose was to score the ball when he first came out of Kansas.
Yeah, then now he's a 3-and-D type of guy, but he could also slash. He's developed a step back mid-range game.
And Poole is only giving you one half of like one side of the ball.
Poole is a very
gonna be
raw
offense.
player still.
And he's
I
potentially
think
shooting.
He's very
If
raw.
I'm Poole, I'm staying so I can stay under Steph Curry.
He needs to learn
He's the
under
next-
Steph
He's
more.
gonna be the
Yeah,
next. If he stays there, he's gonna be the next.
I
I'm
wouldn't
not
say
gonna
the next,
next
but
Steph Curry,
right.
but he's gonna be like how him and Monte was. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna
Right. He can
get to a
develop
little
under
bit.
him. If he leaves Steph for money, I don't know if it's gonna work out too well for him because he's too raw still. He's not as clean as he should be when it comes to his decision making, when it comes to his basketball IQ, when it comes to passing.
Yeah,
he can shoot, but he takes bad shots as well. So it's either he has a crazy good game or he doesn't show up at all. And until he becomes consistent, Poole shouldn't ask for a max contract. Nobody's giving Poole a max contract. I'm sorry, Jordan. It's not happening. You're not getting it, bro.
Poole's a defensive liability. Yeah, because I mean, we brought up the fact that they
too.
could go like Curry, Clay, Poole, Wiggins, Draymond, but they didn't because Poole is such a defensive liability that you can't play him and Steph together, and you need Kevon Looney down there getting boards.
What's scary about the Warriors next year is that Wiseman comes back. Nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, because Looney had a great finals.
And Wiseman is about 2 times better than Looney. So it's going to get scary.
Well,
I feel like people are overrating Wiseman a little bit. Just what?
He can shoot.
No, I think he's really good.
He's
like him
gonna
coming back is going to like make an impact. But I feel like we can't expect him to come in and be like a DeAndre Ayton type of impact type of player.
But you got to think about it like this. Everybody on the Warriors fucking rebounds. That's all Kevin Looney can really do is rebound.
Yeah, so the only expectation of him. But like, I don't know, people like all over Twitter are always saying like, just wait till they get Wiseman back. Like he's going to be an all-star caliber player. Like I don't know about that already. Coming off an injury like that, especially a foot injury, I don't know. I'd like to see it first.
I agree. I think Wiseman is better. I think Wiseman is a better post scorer. He could play great defense, and he can rebound just as good as Looney. So I mean, but Looney stepped it up in the finals.
What's that? His second ring with them?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think that's what he was
That's
definitely still there. So I mean, clap it up for the Warriors. Another grand season for my light-skinned boys. That's number 4 for Steph, his first finals MVP. Where does that put Steph now?
Top
10. What? All time?
All time. All players, all time.
We kind of got to stop. Top 10 all time?
Yeah, I'm taking like Bill
All
Russell, one of
time?
these old heads out of there.
I mean,
All
4
time?
championships. No, Bill Russell always in the top
Yeah.
10. He has 11 championships. There's
I
no
don't
way
give a
around
fuck
that.
how many teams you verse. That's 11 championships.
11 championships is 11 championships. Like, I mean, it's kind of equivalent to the Yankees. You know, they got like 20 of their 27 rings before black people could even play baseball. But you know what I'm saying? It's very similar things, you know.
If you take out, all right, we don't have to talk baseball in the middle of basketball talk.
No, it's just a great analogy that I had to say. That's all.
Oh, that's horrible. Well, I respect the greats too much to put him top. Maybe for our generation,
Steph is a great, bro. He just broke.
He is a
the
great.
all-time
He is a
record.
great.
He
You know.
is.
I just want to point out that I was at that game and I saw Steph Curry make that history in the same season he gets his 4th ring.
But you
That's
guys think
just
about
all-time
all the
greatness.
names you're trying to take out in that top.
So
10.
who would we have to take out for Steph is the real question in that top 10.
Yeah, bro.
And that's the tough question. But like at the end of the day, Steph definitely deserves to be in the top 10. 4 championships, finals MVP,
All the people
multiple other
but look,
scoring titles and
that's
crazy
cool.
things. And he's
Look,
literally revolutionized the game.
look at this
literally.
this way. The top 10 players are all two-way players.
Bro, I'm taking Steph
The
over
top-
Oscar
Sure.
Robertson, bro.
I'm definitely taking Steph over Oscar
Who the
Robertson.
fuck is-
That's a fact.
Who has Oscar Robertson
A lot of
in their
people
top
do.
10?
A lot of
they
people
do.
do.
I'm looking.
A lot of
literally
people do.
looking at a list. Like I'm looking at a list of players. Right now.
Oscar, he was great,
Oscar,
but
yeah,
Nah.
I would take Steph Curry over Oscar Robinson right now. That's a fact. And like I said, Steph Curry literally revolutionized the game. He
debatable top 10.
changed the whole game. That in itself
He's a
is a
debatable
crazy
top 10.
accomplishment
Yeah,
that
debatable
not a
top
lot of
10.
people can say. Only a couple of players can say they literally changed the game of basketball.
Yeah, that's cool.
Literally changed it. You know what I mean? And Steph Curry's one of them. I mean, even AI kind of changed the game. You know what I'm saying?
Change the game.
He kind of
It's
changed
not
the
no
game.
kind of. He did change the game, but he's not a top 10 player.
I'm looking at this list.
Nah,
and
he's
I'm
not
like,
top 10.
Who is
No.
the most within reason
right, so
for
give us
Steph
this
to
list.
okay, that's what
Oscar
I'm
Robertson.
supposed to do. Who is like most within reason for Steph to catch if he isn't top 10? So we have Shaq at 10 and then Kobe. That was 10-9. This isn't our list, by the way.
Right.
Tim Duncan, Larry Bird,
No.
Wilt, Magic, Bill Russell, Kareem, LeBron, and MJ.
So who the fuck do you take
Nah, you
out?
can't take out
You can't
anybody.
take it. He's a debatable 11, 12.
God damn it.
Top
Steph's gonna
15.
have to get another ring. He's gonna have to get another
No, we
ring.
gotta get another Finals MVP. I think.
Who would he?
Well, he would get that if he got another
So-
ring.
Yeah, so who would that make him better than? I'm trying like
With a fifth ring,
a fifth ring with another Finals MVP.
at that point, I'm taking him over Bird and taking him over
Yeah, I'll
a
take him
couple.
over Bird.
I'm taking
That's
him over a couple of
I
players.
will only take him over Bird.
I would take him over.
And that's
I was gonna
pushing
say-
it because.
I was just gonna say like I
Bro,
feel
where's
like
Michael Jordan's on that list?
he's number one.
Oh,
I feel like
for
Tim
some
Duncan.
reason,
I don't
thought
know.
you was
Tim
I thought
as
you was
well.
talking
I
about
would
Magic
take
Johnson.
out.
I feel
Wilt,
like he's closest
no.
to Tim.
Magic is like that's the debate right after that is like if
Greatest
Steph wins
point
another
guard of all time.
greatest point guard of all time, if Steph wins a fifth ring, I don't know. I think I might take Steph over Magic, which is crazy to say,
This is the only thing I can say with that.
and it's very
that
in the
debate.
moment. But it is
Nah.
what it is. Like
You know why it's not in the moment for me with Magic? He had all-time greats on his team his whole career.
true. I mean,
His whole career.
Steph. I mean, not all time great. Steph had. I mean, KD is an all time great. Clay, I wouldn't really put as an all time great or Draymond, but he always had a great team around him. Steph at all times.
Nah, like Magic Johnson had.
I'm
Like
talking about
yeah, Kareem.
Hall of fucking. Like he had Hall of Fame.
Kareem.
That's what I mean. Like he
Yeah.
had another top 10
Will. I
all-time
don't know if he
player
had
on
Will.
his
Did he
team.
have Will?
I don't think he had
No, he
Will.
didn't have Will.
No.
That was James Worthy.
But he had
right?
Kareem. Like that's enough. That'll do it.
That is yeah. All right, so let's get off of that and let's hit up.
We could talk. All right, I do have.
Let's talk about off season, like speculation, like let's talk about Kyrie.
Oh shit.
Damn,
All
we're just gonna skip over.
Oh, my bad.
We got a
What was the
couple
next one?
things.
I was gonna say Draymond's tweets.
Draymond.
Draymond going. with Ja
Draymond
Morant.
versus Grizzlies. Draymond versus Ja.
That shit's gross. Like I just can't stand. Like Draymond's talking his shit, which is like funny, I guess.
Mhm.
Like I don't mind it really. It doesn't bother me at all. But Ja Morant is so like he's triggered by it, and it's hilarious. It really does get under his skin.
Ja Morant reminds me of those young dudes that go to the park, right?
Mhm.
And fuck with the old heads, right? And one of the old heads whoop their ass.
Then they
because
come back
wanna-
with the gun.
Yeah, and they come back with the gun because you wanted to talk crazy. Like, I don't really respect it. Everybody's saying, "Oh, that's just how he raised," but I'm just like, bro,
It's not though. It's not
not,
how
though.
Ja was
It's
raised.
not like
Ja was raised in the fucking suburbs. Ja had a fucking, as Matt said before, had a basketball court in his front yard.
He can
all
hoop
this-
whenever he wanted.
He had bread.
Self-rebounder.
all these,
He had a
yeah,
self-rebounder.
all these
in middle
whatchamacallit,
school.
all these trenches talk, like
Talking
why you
about
gonna
let's
be-
go to the trenches.
He said, "Bring him to the trenches," like the champions would ever on Christmas Day go to Memphis. Like, come on, bro.
He's talking about he gonna spin the block. He told a fan like a month ago. This is where I started to get annoyed by Ja Morant when he told a random fan how you don't know how he's like.
Oh, like that he would shoot him or something.
Pull
like
up
that.
and
Like
he's
see
like
how slugs feel.
see how these hollows feel
Yeah.
with an emoji. I'm like, bro, what a hollow, bro? Come on, dog.
Yeah,
like
no.
you really not like that, Josh. Stop it.
And he said,
You might have people under the payroll, maybe. I don't know, but you personally, you're not like that. Stop it, bro. Stop it.
"Yeah,
You're
he,
bugging.
He told Draymond, "I'm coming to you. Then book that shit. I'm on yo block." And then somebody commented, "Ja, why are you getting on here thugging like you're rich?" He said, "Because the money won't change me. Been on that, still on that, forever on that. Won't ever speak on it." Okay. All right.
I don't know,
John Morant's
Ja.
dad talked to him. Shit, bro. I was like, oh, my
Ja
son- my
Morant,
son
that's
was
just
talking
like Ja
that.
Morant.
Oh, old young nigga.
He an old
Yeah.
young dude.
Yeah, no, he really
He
does.
really
young
is. Like he
dude,
acts
yeah.
like a young buck. He still acts like he's in his 20s. You see him at the games with Cat's dad, and he's just
Yeah,
bugging,
no, it's all
wilding.
games. It's all fun and games for them. That shit's hilarious.
I just hope Ja grows up a little bit over the next year and really learns how to control his Twitter fingers, because like when KD does it, it's really just more on some like
But he can do it.
debate shit. When Ja does it, he's actually on some wildin', like
Everybody want to be John Wall, but not just
disrespectful gangbanging shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
There's only
it's
one player
different.
like that. That's John Wall. That's the only person I ever really think. What? Why are you looking like that? John Wall's not like that?
I've never seen anything that
Never
made me
seen-
think. I see the bees that he throws up every single time he makes a three.
Him in the club.
I've never. Nah, I haven't. I can't lie. I don't know. I that's why I never did my research on John Wall. But yeah,
I was looking for the Jaren Jackson, his comment about Clay and them that they were going at as well, because you got Draymond and Ja. That's one fight,
and then
you
Clay and
go- you
JJJ.
got Clay, Jared Jackson, and the Clay shit was hilarious. Like, Clay talks his shit in the funniest way, bro, because it's so casual and he remembers every detail of everything that anybody's ever said.
I don't even like how Clay talks shit. He talks shit like a cornball, bro. Like, oh yeah, I
Like you
remember.
would have to punch him in his face,
I remember.
right?
I gotta get the receipts. Oh, I'm like, bro, like,
You fucking
shut up,
It's
bro.
diabolical.
Like, you make your slick comment and that's it. You don't. He kept on saying it over, like in the NBA Finals after game press conference. He literally said the tweet like 4 different times during the press conference.
Yeah.
All right, bro, we get
Oh, yeah,
it. Like,
strength in numbers. It was that's what it
strength
was.
in numbers. Like, and that's not even
Oh,
like
I
a
remember
bad
it.
tweet.
I remember one of those.
I remember
drums
that strength in
Memphis.
numbers tweet. Ah,
Yeah.
shut up.
It was just
bro.
like a little troll. It wasn't even nothing serious.
It wasn't even.
but-
Yeah.
Ja is the corny one of the group on the Grizzlies.
Sure.
By far.
Sure. I'll give you that.
By far.
So, all right. What do we think about? All right. So, Kyrie and the Nets today have. Kyrie's pretty much announced. The media has pretty much announced that Kyrie's going to test free agency and that he's probably not coming back to the Nets for obvious reasons that I don't feel like getting into right now. So, where does he go? And why? And will he actually have a chance to go to the Lakers?
Yeah.
That's like, I don't.
How?
Who wants?
Let's talk about the Lakers first. How? Please,
They would
can
have to
somebody
do a
please
trade,
explain to me how Kyrie can land on the Lakers unless he takes a veterans minimum
Pull
contract?
up the trade machine.
Nah, what do they
because
just
that's
have to
what, like,
trade?
the money
Trade
doesn't
Trade machine.
work,
Who
bro.
are they going to trade?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the
Who
money
is the
does
Lakers
not
going
work.
to trade for Kyrie Irving? First of all, Kyrie Irving is a free agent. That's first of all. So
But it would have to be by signing.
it would be
trade
by
Yeah, that's what I'm
sign and
saying,
trade.
sign and trade.
But who do the Lakers have?
to match them up.
I
the salary.
promise, because
What's
I
AD?
promise you, the Nets aren't taking Russell Westbrook. I promise you that.
I'm saying AD.
AD. Ew, bro.
That's not ill. That's ill.
That is ill.
Why is that ill?
I don't know
Backcourt
for
of
the
Russell
Lakers,
Westbrook.
for the Lakers. I don't know who they
Like
like.
Kyrie, nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I just don't see a situation unless somehow, some way, the Lakers can figure out a way to get rid of Russell Westbrook.
Bro, it might be a storyline, bro. It might be. They probably might be like a storyline, do a sign and trade with him or Westbrook. You never know.
I can't see it. I can't
Can't-
see
it
Kyrie
can't
going to the
work.
Lakers.
Because Kyrie was making, I think, $35 million, and Russ was making close to like 50
Russ is making close to $50 million a
Like,
year.
it's
There's no way
47 and a half
anybody's taking that contract.
right now.
No way. Nobody's taking that contract. The Lakers are stuck, bro, for another year. At least bare minimum until Russell Westbrook gets off the books. I don't even care if he's an expiring contract. Nobody's taking Russell Westbrook, even
Unless
as an
it's the
expiring
John Wall
contract.
situation where they want to like that, but like that's gross business too.
Why is
That's
that
just making
gross?
They both.
I mean,
suck.
they're all
Like,
they're all the
garbage,
same.
bro.
They're
John
two
Wall's
of the
averaging
same.
like 20 and 10.
Cool,
And he doesn't
meniscus
play.
Is made of turkey bacon. Like, I don't, like what?
He doesn't
play.
Neither does Kyrie though. So
Yeah,
it's
what
like,
the fuck are we talking about here?
I
That's why I
mean,
said it's a
we're-
wa- no, we're
it's
talking
not
about
it's not
Russ.
going to
It's a
work.
wash
It's not going to work for the Lakers. I just can't see the Lakers doing it. Now the other team he's linked to early is the Knicks, and this is how I know this is just the media just talking bullshit out of their mouth and just naming 2 teams for clicks and media attention, because there's no way he's going to the Lakers and there's fucking no way he's going to the Knicks. It's not happening.
Yeah, like I'm sure Tom Thibodeau looked at that news and said to Leon Rose,
who-
"Oh, I need me the
who
guy that
gives a
plays
fuck what
35 games a
Tom
season."
Thibodeau thinks.
You don't think the Knicks run it by their coach?
Oh, I obviously do, but I don't really give a fuck what Tom Thibodeau is. He doesn't even want to play Cam Reddish.
Well, I mean, okay, and you're
He's an
also
old
not
fuck.
Leon Rose, who he would be going to if he wanted Kyrie Irving. So he doesn't. But I'm saying he doesn't want Kyrie Irving.
How do you know he doesn't want Kyrie Irving?
Kyrie Irving, the guy who plays zero defense, shows zero defensive effort, plays half of the games, and can't play at home, where the Knicks are literally like that's the strongest of the Knicks is when they play at Madison Square Garden.
I'm gonna tell you why Kyrie is not going to the Knicks, and it's a very simple answer. It's because we're in New York.
Yeah,
It's really as simple as that.
nothing-
It's really as
It
simple
has
as that.
Nothing to do with Thibodeau or nothing like that.
We're in New York.
First of all, Kyrie's scared of bright lights, so he's definitely not going to.
He's not coming to
That's the point.
MSG.
He can't
He doesn't
play in
want
MSG,
that.
bro.
He doesn't want that type of heat. If he wanted that heat, he would have came to the Knicks in the first fucking place when he you know what I'm saying, when he went to the Nets. So like, I just don't see Kyrie going to the Knicks or the Lakers. I think Kyrie goes to a team that's a small market that doesn't give a fuck, and they still are somewhat contenderish.
I proposed
You know?
on Moneyline Madness this morning. What about Denver?
Denver would fucking work. Denver would absolutely fucking
Bro,
work.
that would be sick. Him and
That would be
Jokic,
fire.
bro,
That would be fire.
with Michael Porter.
They could probably trade Michael Porter in the signing trade.
I was thinking Jamal Murray.
Jamal
was the one
Murray's
that
the
was
two.
traded. But yeah, you could trade either of them because
Jamal Murray's the two, and you
They'll
put
have to
Kyrie
trade
at the
one.
one.
they would have to trade one of them. Yeah,
So I would rather.
I'm trading Michael Porter Jr. to do with
Yeah.
I
the,
just
with the
don't-
chronic back problems.
yeah. I just don't know like what else it would take. It would probably take Michael Porter Jr., Bones Highland, like two
Yeah,
first.
they're
And we
round
got to
picks.
remember it's a sign-in trade. It's not an actual trade, so they don't have to give up as much in a sign-in trade. A sign-in trade is a sign-in trade.
Well,
You feel me? Like,
MPJ, also like he's not that great. Like they're gonna expect
He's
more
not
than
what?
that for Kyrie Irving. He's not the same player that Kyrie Irving is. He's
somebody
not that
said
great.
Indiana. I mean, I like the small market idea of Indiana, but you got Halliburton over there now. That's their future. They're not gonna
And they
take
have
a
Brogdon
Kyrie,
for right now.
huh?
Unless they have Brogdon for right now.
And they got
unless
Brogdon.
decide to trade. Like,
He's hurt
that
too.
would be the only way that they.
That'd
Yeah,
be a decent
Kyrie.
sign and trade. Brogdon for Kyrie.
No, they don't need. They need another scorer. Ben Simmons comes back.
I also heard an actual rumor today. KD to the Suns.
Why? Ooh, why? He wants out like that?
So that
They're both free agents this year.
So
They both have player options.
Oh, wow.
If Kyrie
I didn't know
leaves-
KD did too. I thought
Okay.
KD had one.
Who knows? We never know what KD is
I don't think-
capable of
I don't think he leaves.
for the Suns.
I don't think he leaves.
So there is potential for Brooklyn to go into next season with
Dog
only Ben
shit.
Simmons.
Yeah,
That'd be fucking
yeah,
lit.
that'd be great. I would love that. Honestly, I would love that because they deserve it. They honestly deserve it.
They definitely do.
They deserve
Rest
it
in
150%.
You had Harden, Kyrie, KD, and you fumbled the bag that hard.
fumble.
Crazy.
You're gonna end up with
LaMarcus
Ben
Aldridge.
Simmons,
I had to hear about LaMarcus Aldridge
Ben-
resurgence, fucking Blake Griffin resurgence.
Blake Griffin.
Shit was so gross, bro. I had to
Ugh.
watch people on Twitter hype up Blake Griffin shooting 3-pointers. That shit is nasty, bro. I don't want to hear any more of that. He's not going to see the league again. It's a
Mm.
wrap.
Mm.
Brooklyn's packed out. Brooklyn is absolutely packed out. Yeah.
Is there any more rumors that are swirling around? Any other NBA drama before we get into the NBA draft?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, add on to the Ja thing that, like, right before we switched over, I found the tweet that said he called Steph Curry a top 5 player of all time. So he just doesn't know ball.
Actually, there's something I'm gonna talk about this whole KD and Steph situation that everybody in the group's been talking about.
What situation is that? That they're not including KD in their dynasty, and that KD had nothing to do with. I mean,
do
KD.
it.
How many rings did KD win with them? One.
Two.
Right?
They went
Two?
back-to-back.
Two back to back. He's absolutely part of that dynasty. Sorry, guys. I mean, he's won 2 of the 4.
I
He is.
honestly,
He's won
I
half of the
honestly-
rings for
I
y'all.
honestly don't think they beat LeBron in them if you don't have KD.
Oh,
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think.
it gets-
I
it
don't
gets
think
interesting.
they do.
I don't think they win those years with.
Yeah, without KD. I
without
don't
KD?
think they do.
Even though they had the best team, arguably damn near of all time, the year before KD came, but at the same time, they lost a lot of depth when they got
I
KD.
feel like a lot of people saying Steph's not top 10 of all time too, because they did blow that 3-1 lead in the finals.
KD signed his extension. Oh, well, never mind then.
Yeah, he's not leaving, bro.
He ain't going nowhere.
That's a big hit on. People are saying that's a big hit on his legacy too. I'm a Steph Curry fan. It is.
I don't know. We have this debate so often about like what could have happened if Draymond didn't get the tech. Like what would have happened if like
they still lose.
There's so many. There's just so.
What happens if KD doesn't get hurt? What happens if what I mean? They could be winning every single year if they didn't get injured. Yeah. They just proved that they could have won every single year if there wasn't injuries. And honestly, if KD doesn't tear his ACL in that finals, I really don't see the Warriors losing that shit either.
I don't know if he leaves in that.
I don't see him. Who did the Raptors beat? The Raptors beat the Warriors, right? Yeah. They're not losing to the Raptors with a fully healthy.
Oh no,
with a fully healthy Golden State team.
Because Kawhi had to be insane just to
beat the
Warriors without KD.
I can't wait till Kawhi comes back next year. That's the dude that has to prove something.
Who?
Just like
Kawhi?
The
Yeah, I'm
years are
excited to see
passing by, bro.
Kawhi.
I feel
I'm
like
excited to
years
see
are
him.
just flying by since I've seen Kawhi play basketball.
Like I said, them old
He's
stars
young,
are coming out. They're leaving, and the young guys are coming in.
I don't know if Kawhi is that young.
Like 30.
Might be like I want to say he's 32.
It's past his 30s. Yeah, he's a little bit deeper into his 30s. He said, Cal back end says, you think the Lakers are going to pick up a true center instead of running LeBron all over the floor?
That was never the fucking plan.
A true center. I mean, AD is a true. Like, I mean, he's not. He's a PF, but like,
shoot a basketball since April.
He's not a true.
He could be a
true big man if you really think about it. In high school, he was a point guard.
I mean,
he could be a if he wanted to, he could be a true center though.
He
has the ability to do it. He's soft.
He doesn't want to size up anybody up because he gets hurt constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
I mean, they got Dwight Howard.
One position your whole life.
Dwight Howard is in the same boat as Deshaun.
Honestly, Cal, the Lakers are going to run back the same exact team as last year.
Yeah, no, they're accusations.
We're not going to talk about Dwight Howard accusations on this podcast.
That's what we're not.
That's exactly what
we're. A sick Negro.
We're not doing it.
I don't know.
We're not doing it.
I literally don't know.
Come on, Ed.
Nasty business. We're not done. We're not doing that. No, I just don't. I don't see the Lakers getting anybody this offseason. I see the Lakers running back the same exact team as they did last year.
Awesome.
Maybe with an extra role player or two, but unless they can get off Russell Westbrook,
who's on their team though?
LeBron, you're right, but like
he's gonna get the.
I fucking hate LeBron.
Bro.
I hate him.
He's gonna get something. Everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
They have no picks until 2027. Bro, they have no money, and they're still gonna figure out a loophole, and they're gonna fucking cheat
in the middle of the fucking season.
He's such a cheater, bro.
He changed the whole roster. Did we forget
that? They make salary cap like there's no reason for it. When LeBron is the GM, there's no reason for salary cap because he does literally whatever the fuck he wants.
To fucking Blaze Pizza stocks, and then he figures out a way to squeeze somebody in.
Exactly. That's what
my goodness, bro, it's ridiculous. Okay, so let's go to the NBA draft.
I was gonna say, you want to hit our top 5?
We're gonna do a top 5 NBA draft collective. So this is what we all believe. We came up with this top 5 moments before we went live, and I think this is the 5 that's gonna go. Here. So let's start with number 1. Go ahead. We're gonna take the big black board.
Jeez.
3 B's. BDB.
So with the first overall pick
in the Mo Sports draft.
Number 1 overall, we have Jabari Smith.
We're going with Jabari Smith. We're not going with Chet first. Why? Why are we not taking Chet first to the Magic? And why are we taking Jabari Smith? Why? Because Chet really doesn't fit with the Magic, in my opinion. I mean, the Magic could take Chet or Jabari and still be in a very good position. But Jabari is something that the Orlando Magic need. They need a dominant wing. They need somebody that can play defense, that can shoot, that can put the ball on the floor, that can dunk, that can drive, that can dribble.
There's no questions about Jabari Smith. That's the only difference that we have him going number 1 and not number 2. Because Jabari Smith is NBA ready and he's pretty much bust proof, being that he's
bust proof.
6'10".
Yeah.
You know, like at Auburn, he saw the best of the best competition. Not that Chet didn't, but Jabari Smith is the primary playmaker and he's a sharpshooter that you really just don't see at the same level of being 6'10", you know, around the league, especially not in this draft.
I agree. And Chet, even though his ceiling is higher than Jabari's, and he's a freak athlete, and that we never seen a Chet Holmgren type of player ever.
So Porzingis with playmaking, I guess.
Porzingis is even different from Chet because Porzingis is more faster, more versatile. I feel like Porzingis was.
He's a Jokic
Chet
type,
is just like a string bean, a big fucking goonie. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him gain some weight. I want to see him dominate in the post. I want to see him. There's a lot of things I want to see Chet do in the NBA that I haven't seen really from him. Like he post scores, but it's in college against, where did he play? Gonzaga?
Yeah.
Not good competition, So it's like, let's see you really.
You know how hard it is to change a player's whole.
Well, I'm not saying change the shit. I'm talking about, get him bigger. You know what I'm saying? Get him strong and big. He's a string bean. He's young.
That just comes crazy. I was gonna say he needs to gain 20 pounds of just muscle or something.
He needs to fill out.
Well, they got the technology to do it. So
no, they should. And with that being said, we have him going number 2 overall to OKC.
Right. So we have Chet going to OKC because, my opinion, Chet with Giddey
crazy
would be a lot better than Chet with fucking Jalen Suggs.
Yeah.
And Cole Anthony. You know what I'm saying? Giddey will be able to get Chet the ball where he needs the ball. Giddey is going to be able to run a pick and roll game with Chet. That's going to be pretty cool. Even SGA is going to be able to get the ball to Chet the way Chet needs the ball. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, the OKC has how many? They got 2 first rounders this year, or
they have another one too.
They're gonna fuck.
Yeah, they got so many picks. They got a bright future. They really
OKC
do.
Doesn't really Sam Presti knows what he's doing over there, and the only thing that they really needed was a big like this. So a 7-footer with a shot on him is going to be really interesting when you got playmaking like Josh Giddey, and you also got Pokusevski over there. So they got a little trio. I'm not going to cap. I like OKC.
Oh, so somebody just said that
SGA as well.
That Paulo actually went from plus 1,600 to plus 400 today for first pick.
For first overall pick.
Interesting. Wow. That's very interesting. That's actually very fucking interesting. Because if I'm going to pay attention to anything, it's Vegas odds. That's a fact. And when you see that type of line movement, that's a 400% line movement right there. That is 4 times over. 4 times over on that. So, I mean, it could happen. But we have Paulo going to 3.
Yep. We do have
Paulo would be a great addition to that Rockets team.
Him and KPJ with Jalen Green.
With Jalen Green.
A lot of offense.
That's
he gives
nice.
them that defensive stopper, too. And
and they just got rid of Christian Woods, too. So
yeah, they need somebody to replace Christian Wood. I feel like Paulo would be a perfect fit for Houston. And I actually don't think this draft is butt cheeks. I really don't. I think this is actually a pretty deep draft. There's nobody that's
there's a couple guys who could have went top 5 in this top 5. You got Shaden Sharp, you got Benedict Mathurin. There's a couple names on here that could have gone way higher, and that's just 2 of them.
Yeah, I think that this draft is kind of like the NFL draft. There's no generational talent per se in the draft, but the draft is deep as fuck to where you can get a great player at 15. You can get a great player later in the first round.
Griffin's still a stud, and he's going to fall out of the top 5. That's what I was thinking of. You got Keegan Murray, too,
Dyson,
Johnny Davis,
there's a lot of good players. But my favorite player in this draft, before I even heard the rumors, this is my favorite player before the draft. I think he has the highest ceiling. I think he could come out as the best player in the draft. And that's Jaden Ivy. And even though we got him at 4 going to the Kings, we're almost positive that the Kings are trading out of this pick. So who's going to be the team that pulls the trigger on Jaden Ivy?
Just a bunch of hopeful.
What's
Knicks
crazy
fans
is
over here.
We're a bunch of hopeful Knicks fans. That's for sure.
yeah, for sure. But what's even crazier, Chet could go to the Kings too.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, this
That'd be
draft is
crazy.
so stacked that like
Maybe
the
some
top
bonus?
10, you could just hit shuffle on the top 10, and I would look at it and be like, low key, like I think that could happen. There's that much talent. Who is player of the year, like actually, or who we think?
Who we think? I think he meant to say, who do we think is going to be the? I don't know.
Like rookie who? Like rookie out of the year, out of this class could easily be Jaden Ivy, and he just simply like could be the secondary scorer on the Kings.
So,
It's just that easy.
so let's say if. All right, I'm gonna tell you a little background of Jaden Ivy because I really like him a lot. His mother is the head coach of the Notre Dame women's team, which is one of the best programs in women's basketball. She was the assistant coach for the Grizzlies, Ja's first 2 years. So Jaden, if you look at Jaden Ivy's gameplay and his game style, it's almost night and day like Ja Morant's. It's very similar. Very, very similar. They have the same bag, literally the same bag. And
Slashing
that's
point guard.
exactly what the Knicks need. I'm talking about exactly what the Knicks need. That's exactly what the Knicks
You
need.
get a slashing point guard next to Quickly and RJ with some shooting.
That could shoot, that could pass, that can dunk. You could. Oh my God! Here we go. What, Nick? What, Ed? What, Ed?
I don't want to get into the Knicks talk.
All right. So, who would the Knicks actually realistically have to give up in order to get to that 4 spot? Me personally, I think it would have to be Julius Randle and Quentin Grimes in the 11. And if they're really being, that's a great. I think that's good. I think that's great.
And in return,
somebody
you
will
get
want
just
Mitchell
the 4,
Robinson.
you get Harrison Barnes in that too.
You're gonna get Harrison Barnes back in that too. So, like, I feel like that's a great trade. Portland could quite possibly move up for Ivy. I've been hearing the Pistons want to move up 1 spot for Ivy. I've been hearing the Pelicans want to move up for
Player
Ivy.
of the year in college, I believe, was Chet.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Chet. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Chet. Yeah.
Knicks need everybody every man.
Bro,
All
shut
right,
up.
man.
Shut
All
up.
right.
Shut up. Shut up.
Listen, the Knicks have a young core, bro. Like adding Jaden Ivy.
Nah.
to
This is
the Knicks
Rashawn.
young
He's a
core
Knicks
is
hate.
just
I'm not
crazy.
clicking on Rashawn's shit no more. Fuck you, Rashawn. Fuck you. You always talking shit about the Knicks. Leave us Knicks fans alone and let us fucking dream for once. God damn it.
Nah, legit.
God damn.
I'm just trying to.
Knicks fans can't dream without motherfuckers trolling the Knicks.
Yeah.
When motherfucking the Lakers fans can say they want anybody in the world, even before LeBron came. And it's respectable because it's the Lakers. All right, so let the Knicks fans fucking dream. Fuck. Like, goddamn. And the Sixers fans are like that too. They're the same fucking way. They think they can get anybody and everybody.
Sixers
Fuck.
windows closed, so
They're done.
Them.
They're done.
Embiid's a future Knick.
I don't want him.
Nah, I don't know.
I
I don't even want. I don't even.
I don't want him, bro.
You get hurt, man. But I mean, Randall Grimes in an 11, I would have to pull that trigger.
Enough, though.
It might not be enough, and if it's not enough,
we have to get Toppin or something like that.
no.
I thought they would-
I won't pull it.
don't
I
know.
won't pull it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I won't pull it at that point.
Robinson.
No, I would give. Well,
He's-
Robinson is a
he's
free
gonna- yeah,
agent.
he's gonna make too much money.
He's gonna be a free agent.
He's on what?
He's gonna make too much money.
I don't think he does.
He's gonna make like $18 million a year. Unfortunately, it's just the way.
Any team that does that is stupid.
The Knicks are gonna give him like $15 million.
And that's fine.
And he's a
That's
good,
fine. I'm down with that.
He's a good center.
I'm
bro.
down with that. I'm so
He can't
down with
stay-
giving
he can't
Mitch
stay-
15 to 18 a year.
He can't stay healthy though.
But
He was
if
pretty healthy last season. He had a fantastic year. Blocks wise, he was top 5.
if he stays healthy, he's a very good center and a very
Yeah,
serviceable center. But if the Knicks, if that's still not enough, I'm still willing to give up
I was
Dallas's
gonna say
2025
Dallas is-
first rounder to get Jaden Ivy on top of the package that we already have.
He's that.
I'm not
type
giving
of
up
guy.
quickly. I'm not giving up Toppin. Obviously not giving up Barrett. I'm not giving up the young pieces. It's not happening. I'm not giving up Mitch. I'm not giving up no young boys. Only young boy I'm willing to give up is Grimes or McBride, and that's it.
And even then, I still like them.
And I still love them, and I'm going to be sad to
They're
see him
good
go.
prospects.
But I think Grimes strives in Sacramento.
Yeah.
I really do. But
Our last one, we have Detroit.
Detroit.
And I picked, this was me specifically, just I really enjoy him as a prospect, so I figured we could all hop on the train here. I picked Benedict Mathurin to go 5th to Detroit. I feel like between they're gonna get DeAndre Ayton, right? Like more likely than not. Detroit
Pistons could very
It's
well
like
get DeAndre
really
Ayton
what it's
this
looking
year.
like. So
very
you
well.
add a second guard next to Killian Hayes, and you got Cade Cunningham as well. Like they got a little bit of a squad going on.
I mean, it would be Cade and Benedict as the backcourt. Killian is still like too raw and too young to
You
even
think-
start.
I
Yeah.
feel like Cade's going to start at the 3 next year.
Whoa.
Nah,
What?
Cade will be
He's a
the
small
one.
forward.
He's running the one. Yeah, he's a forward, but he's a one. He's a one.
You still have Jeremy Grant. Too.
And you got
Do that? Oh, yeah.
you got
He's a
Sadiq Bey
baller.
too
Yeah.
at the 3.
No, he's at the 2.
Sadiq
Two.
Bey's at the 2.
Yeah.
Damn,
Sure, guard,
his
yeah.
swole ass. I thought he was a
I
power
thought
forward.
I thought
not gonna
Sadiq Bey was a
lie.
3.
Fuck no, bro. He's a 2. Well, he played 2 this year.
But clap it up for our top 5. Top 5 is Jabari, Chet, Paulo, Ivy, and Mathurin. Now, this is a rumor that I completely forgot about that I saw today that a fan just commented. I've been hearing a lot of McCollum recruiting Dame to New Orleans. That could actually very well happen.
That should be
That could actually very well
New
happen.
Orleans had a squad, bro.
That look
They
at
had
now.
some
Think of
dogs.
that 5. Think of that 5.
Would they give up?
That's a good question. I don't know, but that
Zion's out of there.
no, he's not. They're not trading Zion. So
So
it would
what
be
are they gonna
Lillard,
do?
McCollum,
Bi.
no, Herb Jones, Bi, Zion. That's a crazy
What about
5.
Valanciunas?
Who?
Valanciunas.
He would probably have to go in that trade.
I'm just like, that's what I knew he was gonna say that, and I'm just like, he doesn't get it done. Like I don't. They have to give
Zion-
up.
They're gonna have to give up probably Herb Jones
That's
too.
what I was gonna say. That's why
They're probably
Brandon Ingram's gonna have to play the 3,
Yeah, they'll probably have to give up Herb Jones, Valanciunas. They'll probably have to give up a bunch of picks.
which sucks because Herb Jones is the type of guy that, like, if you have a championship team, you
He's
expect
perfect
one of
role
those
player.
types of guys
Yeah.
on that squad.
I would do all that.
He's saying he won't do all that for Dame. I
Because
mean,
you gotta,
Oh,
you
I
gotta
mean, I
think
don't
about
know.
this.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I would either. He's north
on
of
the-
30. Like,
Yeah, he's on the back end right
if
now.
I'm the New Orleans Pelicans, I would though.
Why?
Because
P.I.
they're a
proved
poverty
himself.
franchise
I
and
was
they
gonna say,
have no
they're a
other
small
shot to
market
put a
team.
great team together than what they have right now.
all right, now, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. When
We
you're a
still have to
small
see-
market team, it's hard to recruit superstars like that. You got to take a
Yeah,
ring
You
again,
got to
and
take the
get a
moves
guy
while
like
you
Dame.
can. Yeah,
But you gotta think about this. We don't know how Zion's gonna play next year.
sure. But if you could put Lillard there, you could put McCollum there with Bi and him.
Yeah.
Now Zion doesn't have an excuse if he tries to
He might
leave.
just not fucking like that team.
Exactly. He's
And he
he's
just-
gonna have
and
to
he
say
would
that.
be in the- yeah, he would.
He's gonna have
That's
to
what I'm
literally
saying,
say that.
man.
He's not going to be able to say, "Oh, the Pelicans didn't put a team around me." Oh, they
Bro,
didn't
that-
try
that
like
hasn't been
Davis
his
did, because
gri-
that's
that
what
ha-
Davis did.
But
Yeah.
that hasn't been his gripe though. His gripe he hasn't liked the organization. He never said he didn't like his teammates. He's just saying he doesn't like the organization. Period.
Because I definitely saw him complaining in the playoffs because he wanted to play in the playoffs and they
Yeah.
wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
They
So
wouldn't let him.
you gotta think about this. That's a big piece that moves if Zion leaves.
They're gonna get something out of him though.
Yeah, but then again, we saw this year they still had a squad. Like,
They made the playoffs.
yeah, like they.
Without him.
Once you want to be a team that just makes the
With just
playoffs,
McCollum
or you
and
wanna be a
Bi.
team that-
Imagine if you have
But
Lillard
you're
and,
not
and
team
a,
that
and a
just
healthy
makes the playoffs
Zion.
When you add Lillard to that,
That's a
I'm
top
saying
5
at the
team in the
expense of
West.
Zion, if
Af-
you have
In
to.
that, after that,
That's
you
a
know,
what?
that's a top 5 team in the West. Yes, the West is a lot weaker than the East now.
top 5 team in the West.
Yes. Lillard, McCollum, Bi, Zion. Yes, that's a top 5 team in the West.
Top 5 team in the West.
Yes. Yes.
Who they taking out the top 5 that was this year?
Who was the top 5?
Dallas was the top 5, I think.
They're probably.
Dallas was 4.
Yeah, so
So who was the 5th?
We can't forget that the Clippers are going to be back next season.
There's going to be a couple teams that are
Denver's
back,
gonna
but
be
there's
on
going to
the
be a couple
rise.
teams that fall off too. We
I
can't.
could see Dallas falling off a little bit. They're like
Why?
Jalen
Dallas
Brunson
fans are
leaves.
telling me Christian Woods is the fucking answer. So.
All right, that's another thing that happened since last week that we didn't talk about.
So
Christian
they're not
Wood.
falling off,
How
so.
good are the Mavericks going to be with Christian Wood? I feel like that's a great.
People gotta realize he was on the fucking Rockets, bro.
And the Pistons.
Two
Dog shit teams. Two poverty franchises.
I'm not giving him the benefit. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. So y'all talking crazy like he's going to average that 20 and 10. So
I don't know if he's going to get 20 and 10. I don't know.
That's what he was averaging at with the Rockets.
They still need more
stats,
people.
though.
I feel like they need one more actual superstar. Not Christian Wood's not a superstar. He's not even a star to me. Like he's a very good player, and he could be an excellent third player. If they had another superstar involved,
they better go try and get Beal. Beal's not staying with the Wizards.
That would be
talking to people. So
that's another thing. All right, now we're remembering all the rumors that happened this week.
Yeah.
So Bradley Beal said he has that many superstars have recruited him, and a lot of superstars has recruited him, and he has decided where he's going, but he is not telling anybody yet. That sounds like he's not staying with the Wizards.
No, he's not.
No.
They were
So where does he go?
$250 million extension or some weird shit like that.
They wanted to give him
crazy.
a big bag, and he's saying this funny shit. Shit, he might fuck around and leave. Where would he go though?
Well,
I feel like that's a great Clippers addition.
I was
That'd be
thinking,
OD.
like,
I ain't gonna lie.
That would be fire.
That'd be OD. But the only thing with that, they all have to stay healthy.
what about a sign and trade with Kyrie?
Fuck no, I wouldn't do that.
Miami,
Nah.
that could actually work. That could very well work.
You know what? The thing is with Miami,
They're gonna try and get Donovan.
they get Donovan, but they're just not going to ever be like a. To me, the Heat are never going to be like
A finals level.
Yeah.
Again.
But there's such a hot attraction.
Yeah, they're a big market.
Miami is Miami
They
is
got the
Miami.
hoes.
Everybody wants to live in Miami and be an NBA player in Miami.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's
But
the
if you
life.
actually
It's
wanna
the
win,
literal life.
if you
I
actually
mean,
wanna
he could
win-
actually. Here's the thing: Miami is just missing a fucking true scorer, like an actual fucking bucket.
Bucket, yeah,
Like
that's it.
Hero is a bucket, but he's not a consistent bucket, and he's off the bench bucket. They need a starter
niggas is-
in that starting
but the
five
niggas
that
is
can
too
carry
old,
with the
though.
buckets.
The niggas is too old though.
Are they?
Yeah,
How
I
old
don't
is
know.
Jimmy?
They were old last year,
Jimmy,
and then they
Jimmy
swapped
might
them
be
out.
old next year if he has to carry the same type of weight that he was this year.
He's going to have to.
The only
I'm saying,
real
we're
true
saying
old
if he
guy.
gets Bradley Beal, then in that case, then he's
That
chilling.
takes
He
a
doesn't
lot
have
off
to-
of him.
yeah.
But that's bro. Bradley Gill's a bucket. Don't get me wrong, but he's still a gamble at the end of the day. He stays hurt all the time.
Yeah. I mean, what does Boston have cap room for Beal?
They'll give niggas up. They would have to. I would give up people for Bradley Beal.
Who? Marcus Smart, I guess.
Oh, if you're gonna trade Marcus Smart after just me, like that's such a bad look to me.
No, it's not. It's
I just
business.
don't. I don't see it in the books for Boston to get Beal.
That's one of the teams you talk to.
I like the Miami idea. I think he could definitely go to Miami if they don't pursue Donovan Mitchell.
Somehow he was talking to the Lakers too. So I don't.
Like I said, with any
This
big,
is what he said.
any
bro.
yeah. With
It's
any
not-
big star with the Lakers is just. Are
That's
they
the-
going to be able to finesse it this time? They've been
that's-
finessing for so long. Are they going to be able to finesse it this time?
I think that was Dallas' chance to really get over the hump if they would have got Bradley Beal.
I think Dallas could. I think Dallas would be an excellent fit for Bradley Beal.
I was thinking
That's probably his best fit. Literally,
I was
is
thinking Kyrie
Dallas.
to Dallas, to be honest.
No,
If
Definitely.
they
Him and
lose
Luka?
Jalen Brunson, sure,
Yeah.
but
him and Luka,
Shit would get hot. I don't know. That would be
bro. Bron is the only person that could ever have played perfectly with
Luka
Kyrie.
has a very like
I'm
LeBron
talking
ball
about the
dominant
mindset.
type of
But he doesn't have
play
this
style.
mind state as LeBron, bro. He doesn't have that. You think Kyrie's gonna listen to a younger player?
Bro, but nobody looks at Luka as like a youngin like that. Like Luka had respect for Kobe. As
We
a
talk
player.
about
he's not a
Kyrie.
youngin really. He's an eight. He's like
Playing
an
professional
eighth year
basketball
pro,
still.
pro ball. like,
facts. But we're talking about Kyrie Irving. We're not talking about a normal basketball player.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We know that Kyrie is a gamble no matter where he goes. So that's the point. Who is going to take that gamble on him? It's just what.
Bron.
Bron is willing to take a risk on anything and everything, obviously,
I mean,
because he did
He has
all
nothing
that
to
for Russell
lose.
Westbrook.
There's literally nothing to lose for the Lakers. They suck if they don't get anything done, and they could be a little bit better if they do anything. So, like, why even touch them if you're any other organization?
The only way the Lakers grab a superstar this offseason is because LeBron James tickled Adam Silver into doing it. Pause.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so
That's the
tired
only
of
way
this
it happens.
Lakers
It's just
stuff.
I just don't see the Lakers getting anybody without doing some cheating shit to make it happen. Honestly,
It's gonna happen.
it could, and I'm not going to put it past them. I'm not putting it past the Lakers. I'm not.
It's gonna fucking happen, and we're all gonna be sitting here like, damn.
I know the
You really
Lakers
get
have
it
no
here.
bread. The only way to make a move is trade Russ. Nobody's taking Russ though. So it's like, who's going to actually
This
take
is the
Russ?
thing.
Who is going to take Russ?
I don't know who's gonna, but we're gonna be sitting here at the end, in the beginning of the NBA season, or we'll be like, wow, Westbrook got traded to somewhere. How much would you bet?
No, honestly, I would not bet that because that could very well happen. It can very
LeBron is
just
gonna
because
get it
LeBron
done,
is
bro.
LeBron, bro.
He's gonna get it done. Like that's what people don't understand. He's gonna get it.
They're
done.
gonna market him as a expiring contract for whatever tanking team that wants to like rebuild next year.
they're
And I
gonna
just
finesse.
pray nobody is stupid enough to take Russell
thing.
Westbrook.
They're gonna
I'm just
finesse.
ugh.
He's gonna finesse. And whatever players he gets from them, he's going to trade them again mid-season, and he's going to end up having a fucking superstar by the trade deadline. And we're all going to be like, wow.
Fuck him.
I fucking hate
I'm
LeBron.
over it. I'm so over it.
I'm so done with LeBron. I'm so ready for him to retire. Like I'm really over it. I'm so over LeBron. I'm over it.
Hey man, change the
I
league.
respect him. I think he's
He made
top
it-
3 all
Hey,
time.
man, he made it to a players' league.
He did. That's how he revolutionized the NBA,
He made it to a players' league.
making the whole landscape of how players move around in the NBA, which is, a good thing for the players and a good, for freedom wise and yada yada. But it tainted the game a little bit too. That's for sure.
There's a lot more selfishness.
Players don't care about staying with a team their whole career. They don't give a fuck about loyalty anymore. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit no more. And that
Which
started pretty much with
does
LeBron.
matter
Who
in
said that
legacy
comment? Who said no way, Ed?
He
Niggas
only
just-
gets another star if it happens
Bro,
happens in free agency.
niggas forget he changed the whole roster in the middle of a fucking seat. A whole roster. We're not talking about 1 or 2 players. He traded a whole fucking roster, bro.
Lakers don't have assets. They don't. They have nothing.
They
bro.
have no
Their
picks.
back is in the corner. So, like, why, if you're anybody else in the
Cavs that
NBA, why
year
would you help
But,
them
bro,
out?
The Cavs didn't have no assets. He traded a whole roster. That's what we're not understanding. Like he traded a whole roster.
He had a
But
lot
who
more
are you
young,
trading
good
with,
players
bro?
than
That's my point. Who are you trading with? Like, if you're anyone in the NBA,
who's
it's the same
taking
thing.
them.
Like with people in the NFL
Bron
watching the
called-
Patriots
listen,
fail,
bro.
everyone
Bron-
wants to see the Patriots
listen.
suck, and nobody's gonna help them when they're down because they're a big
And what Tom
team.
and what Tom Brady do? When
He
Tom
went to
Brady
Tampa
made
Bay,
call,
he won.
yeah, he made that call, right? He
What?
said, yeah, I want Gronk.
In Tampa Bay.
What
Yeah.
happened? You got Gronk.
That's football. That's so different, bro.
And
It's
that's-
so easy to grab a Gronk whenever you want. Like, and that's Tom Brady too. I mean, yeah, it's
was
LeBron
apples
and it's
and
Tom
apples
Brady,
and bananas, bro.
but Tom Brady doesn't pull off trades. Tom Brady just straight up takes him from free agency because the team around him is so
and if you wanna
competent.
equate that to
they-
something, it's them the Lakers getting Melo. Like it's like that, and because he got a contract minimum, like he's making nothing, they turned it into signing bonus. Like,
LeBron was a Tom Brady type last year, the way he moved in free agency, but he picked all the wrong players. He should have got
Yeah, that's what I'm
DeRozan
saying.
instead of Westbrook. He fucked up. He shows that he is not a good GM, and he should not
he wants to own a
take
team.
he wants to own a team. And I don't think LeBron's going to be a good front office guy unless he's a cheater.
But that's what
Which-
he's going to do.
that's what he's probably
going
gonna
to
do.
LeBron's not a cheater. I believe he's a cheater. He's Westbrook. That's what he's going to do next year.
We'll see what happens. Is there anything else to talk about with the NBA before we it's been an hour. God, hey, yeah. Yeah, it's about that time to wrap it up. It's 9 o'clock.
Kyrie trade to Boston started that team flip. No, was it? What are you talking about?
I don't know. But once again, y'all, it's been a real one. I appreciate everybody coming through, Shout out to Big Shaq Diesel. Shout out to Juice Landry. Shout out to Skylar Mays, who just followed us today. He's on the bench for the Hawks. We gonna message Skylar tonight. That's a fact.
Yeah, I'm on here soon.
We're getting a lot of traction here at Mo Sports, and we're doing our thing. We're doing our thing. We're making it happen. We're making it happen here. We got some connections with some peoples that's making stuff happen.
Our people are hitting up other people who's talking to their people.
Yeah, and it's a great networking situation for us right now. So ride the wave or drown in it. That's all there is to it. You can either hate from the sideline and just watch us go crazy, or you can enjoy the ride with us. It's up to you. But if you do want to support us, mosportsapparel.com. Mosports Premium is $25 a month. Or you could just, simply like, follow on all platforms. Either or, we love you. And we appreciate you. All 12,000 of you on Instagram, all 13,000 of y'all on Facebook, all 2,600 of y'all on TikTok. And shit, all 300 of y'all on YouTube. I love every single last one of y'all.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all. We out of here. Thanks again. Mo Sports.